We're gathered here this afternoon to reenact the arrival of our ancestors on the Auxure Prairie.
You gonna say that was?
It is most appropriate that we are standing here overlooking this field of native grasses to the southeast. Scattered patches of prairie grass called savannas of this nature were typical of what the ancestors saw when they arrived 175 years ago. To them, it meant fertile soils, pasture for their livestock, and a much easier time of preparing for crops than for the many acres of woodland. It is our aim to relate as much history of the first German settlers as we know.
It must be remembered that there is very little written history of the first settlers. History of a county parish, 1841 to 1888, was written by Father Einzelberger, using as sources the written notes of the venerable pioneer and volunteer parochial school teacher, Marcellus Zachman, and the letters of the carpenter, Tobias Brummer. These history of Piopolis pamphlets were disseminated and lost to time. We do not know yet exactly where the first settlers arrived on August 21st, 1841. It was not to this particular property, but it was bought by Cajetan Ite from Thomas Whitaker in 1844. It is assumed that each settler came to the individual property he had purchased. On the prairie in 1841 were only 4 or 5 miserable huts, and their English-speaking occupants made their living by hunting. Wagons or other kinds of conveyances were entirely unknown. Besides, this prairie was not so easily brought under cultivation because this area was not treeless like the far western plains.